What is up, guys? Realized I haven't started the vlog yet today. I have done a few things this morning. I finished editing yesterday's video, uploaded, I did some dishes. I was just tidying up around the house, getting things clean. Because you guys know, if you've been watching, I like things organized and clean. It helps me be more like stress-free, I guess, if you want to put it that way. It feels like I have a clear head. When there's a clear house, clear head. I guess they kind of go hand in hand. But I'm gonna go do my workout now because I decided to sleep in this morning. I couldn't really fall asleep last night. Like after I finished the video and did a question of the day, I just couldn't fall asleep. Okay, camera battery just died. But what I was saying is that I filmed a question of the day and I just couldn't fall asleep. So while I couldn't sleep, I took my alarm off. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna wake up early if I didn't fall asleep tonight. So I'm gonna go do my workout now. Then when I get back later this afternoon, probably gonna be getting closer-ish to dinner time. So I'll start getting that prepared. Maybe I'll go do some groceries and see if I want to pick something up to make for dinner, but I'll figure that out. I'm not too sure yet. All right, guys, just got back from my workout and I had my post-workout smoothie, but now what I want to do is I actually brought our winter tires. Okay, you can't see anything because of the reflection. There, you can see. I brought our winter tires in from the car and I'm gonna bring them downstairs, but I also want to shovel our little back patio here to get it cleared off. That was the potentially most weirdest angle and way to film ever in the history of a video. I had the camera like in my stomach. Anyways, weird. But I'm gonna do that and then we're gonna figure out plans for dinner. Probably pop some Friends on Netflix or something while I'm cooking and just enjoy the evening. I'm such an idiot. I didn't even realize I could have just put the friggin' light on. There, you can't see anything, and now you can see. Anyways, I'm gonna bring these in downstairs. Sometimes I just don't think. Especially when I have the camera rolling, sometimes I just like completely forget things and I mix up words and I just don't think about simple things that I could have done. Oh, okay, whew. Nice and sweaty now. It's always funny when it's cold because you go outside and you're freezing, but the minute you start like shoveling or doing any sort of like manual labor, I'm gonna close the blinds here, you start sweating like crazy because your winter jackets are so hot that you just start sweating, and now I'm like super sweaty. But I mean, I was also sweaty from the gym. There we go. But now I'm like even more sweaty, so I'll probably take a shower. And what I think I'm gonna do tonight, because I think I'm gonna do tonight, I don't know what to do. I kind of want to order pizza, because it's been like a month. I haven't ordered it since like literally in over a month. I haven't ordered pizza, and I used to eat pizza a lot and I kind of miss it, and I feel like I've been doing good. I've been eating really healthy, but then I feel guilty because we have so much good food in here. Nah, you know what? I'm not gonna order pizza. I'm gonna make food, save some money. We got lots of food. I don't need to worry about ordering pizza. Do that for another time, maybe when my brother's over. But I can see here we got lots of things. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna make some ravioli with like a spinach and cherry tomato sauce, something like that. I'll make something pretty good. Okay, guys, so we're gonna make this cheese and spinach ravioli, and I'm gonna do my take on a tomato sauce. So we have diced up onion, halved cherry tomatoes, garlic, parsley, spinach, some carrots, and then I got a whole bunch of spices and stuff that I'm gonna put in. So there's tomato paste, olives, chili flakes, Romano cheese, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, oregano, stuff like that. Some good extra virgin olive oil, and then potentially some ketchup. And the ketchup is good for sweetness because it sort of cuts the acidity of the tomatoes and helps it balance out. And it's also tomato based, so it works out well. When I make chilies and stuff, I often add a sweet component of like either honey or maple syrup or chocolate syrup or something, just to counteract that acid from the tomatoes, because tomatoes are very acidic and you want to sort of balance that out with something sweet. Some people just put like a teaspoon of sugar in their tomato sauce. And this is not a recipe at all. It could be terrible. I have no idea. I just saw a bunch of stuff in the fridge. I got inspired and I figured, hey, let's try to make something. So we're gonna fry off the carrots, onion, and garlic to start. We basically go from like hardest vegetable down to softest vegetable. And as we go, we add spices and stuff. So I added salt and pepper already. Then I'll add more spices and I add the tomatoes. And then at the end, once all the veggies are cooked, I'll add the tomato paste, maybe a splash of white wine vinegar, and then some other stuff. Okay, so tomatoes and spices are in. I was gonna add black olives and tomato paste, but they're gone moldy. You can see there's some mold in there. So not gonna use those. So we're gonna go spinach and parsley, and then we'll go the Romano cheese, and then maybe a squirt of the ketchup. Okay, now that that's cooking down, I like to squish the tomatoes with my back of the spoon. So just squish them up. You don't have to do it perfect, you know, just squish some of them to get it more of a saucy consistency. You can see there's more water coming out now from all the vegetables, but you just sort of smash them down. It's a very interesting looking tomato sauce right now. We'll have to see how it tastes later. All right, so I'm gonna turn that down onto low and just let it cook down, let it simmer. Don't have to let it go too long, but look at that. It's got some saucy consistency in there. I might put the handheld blitzer to it for a minute after to sort of blend up these carrot chunks, but I don't know, I like some crunchy carrot in my tomato sauce. This isn't like your typical marinara sauce by any means. I just sort of winged it and put whatever I felt like in it. And to me, that's the best way to cook, is just to go with what you feel and just try things out. All right, there we go. Let's test it out and see how good it tastes. I didn't use all the sauce, so there is some left over if I want to put more on my plate, or I'll put it in a Tupperware and we can save it for another time. All right, let's take a test here. Take a piece with some sauce. It looks really hot, so. Okay, here we go. It's really hot, but it's very, very good. Ooh, I really like it. It's like very subtle. It's not a very in-your-face tomato sauce. It's just very light, vegetable-y. Has a bit of crunch from like the chunks of onion and carrot and stuff. I like it. It's pretty damn good. All right, guys, so what I wanted to do now was tell you guys a couple of stories from back when I was in my teenage years and some stupid things that I used to do. But I actually have a massive, massive headache right now. It's like throbbing in here on the side, like in and down, like behind my eyes, kind of like in there. It's really, really throbbing. I don't know what it's from. I might just be dehydrated, so I'm gonna pour myself a big glass of water, but I don't think I'm gonna film it tonight because I don't think I can sit down and like talk for 5-10 minutes just because my head really hurts. If before I go to bed it feels better, I will do it, but if not, I'll do it tomorrow morning and I'll still put it in this video. So just stay tuned, guys. Wait like another 30 seconds. It's either gonna be tonight or tomorrow morning, but you're gonna see a couple of my stories from when I was an idiot, basically, is the bottom line. All right, what's up, guys? So I don't have a headache anymore. It is now the morning. So as I said, I was either gonna do it last night or this morning, but my head hurt way too much last night. I ended up going to bed, and now I felt like filming a little story for you guys. Before I get into the story, this was from a long time ago. This was back when I was a dumb teenager. I do not do stuff like this anymore. I mean, I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in over 4 years now. Both Alex and I, we don't drink alcohol anymore. But this is when I was a dumb teenager and I wanted to impress people and I was drinking and stuff, but I do feel like it's pretty funny and I think you guys will like it. So I was probably about 18 or 19, probably around that, and it was in December, before Christmas time, like maybe middle of December, something like that. And every year we'd have this big Christmas party, and it was sort of like a charity party thing where there'd be hundreds of people at this bar and you would donate and everyone would just sort of have a good time. You could wear an ugly Christmas sweater or you could dress up like Christmassy, and it was always really fun. But before going to the party, me and a bunch of friends, we went out for dinner. We went to a bring your own wine restaurant. Now, the problem is that I was sick at the time. I had like bronchitis and I was on antibiotics. When you take antibiotics, they tell you specifically don't mix with alcohol. Me, being young and dumb, thinking, nothing will happen, I'll be fine, I decided to drink alcohol anyways. So, at dinner, ended up having probably close to a full bottle of wine to myself through 2-3 hours of having dinner, having a full bottle of red wine. Then after dinner we decided, hey, let's go to this big charity Christmas party. It was close by, you know, all of our friends are there, so we go and we get there, and then we're playing this game called Sink the Cup. So basically what it is you have a really big pitcher of beer and you put a small cup in the middle and you go around the table pouring a little bit of your beer into that floating cup, and whoever pours too much to make it sink has to drink the entire glass. So you gotta go little bit by little bit without overflowing the top, so that you're making it really hard for the next person, but you're not the one making it sink. Anyways, play that for a little bit. So if you mess up, you gotta chug the whole glass of beer, which is not easy when you've already had wine and you're on antibiotics. Just not a smart night altogether. So we are at a far table in the back, sitting down playing this game at this party, when all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I have to throw up. This is not good. I drank too much and mixed with the antibiotics, just not good, just not going good. So I have to get up. But as I told you at the beginning of the story, there's hundreds of people at this party every year for charity, and it's like shoulder to shoulder practically throughout the entire bar, and the bathrooms are all the way in the other opposite end, in the other opposite corner. So I'm like, oh my god. So I start making my way through the crowd. I'm salivating. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. I'm trying to wiggle my way through, and then I get about halfway through the bar and I still got another halfway to go, and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm not gonna make this. I'm not gonna make it. So I put my hand over my mouth and I started like trying to run. Couldn't really run because there were so many people. I was trying to run to the bathroom. All of a sudden I'm like, oh god, it's coming out. So I started to throw up with my hand over my mouth, and because you have like slits in your fingers right here, it started spraying out in like pretty much every angle. You ever see those like toy kid sprinklers that like spray? It was like that. It literally started going, and I must have thrown up on so many people, and I was like, oh my God. I didn't even make it to the bathroom. I ended up just going out one of the side doors and throwing up outside, on the side of like a snowbank. And little did I know, I'm outside and this guy comes up to me, and he's a lot shorter than me. So he starts looking up at me and he's screaming at me and he's yelling at me. He's like, you threw up all over my shirt. Blah, blah, blah. I threw up on a lot of people, but this guy was the most upset. And I was obviously not very aware at the time because I was kind of drunk. And I look down at this guy and I'm thinking, hey, this guy's yelling at me. What is he yelling at me for? I covered in puke myself. You know, I don't feel very good right now. It was an accident. You know, I'm sorry. And he's talking about, I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm gonna fight you, you know, and me not being very aware of what the situation is, I'm looking at him, he's shorter than me, and I'm like, all right, if it comes to it, if it comes to a fight, I think I could take care of myself because he's a little bit smaller than me. I think I'll be okay. Little did I know that he was a professional fighter. Not like UFC George St. Pierre type, but he fought, you know, either boxing or MMA, I forget. Someone told me that I think he was a boxer. And I would have died. He would have killed me. And he was apparently asking the bouncers, can I kick this guy's ass? I want to kick this guy's ass. And the bouncers were like, no, you need to leave him alone. Otherwise, we're going to have to call the cops on you. And then luckily, this friend that I had at the time, he was huge. He was like 6'5", very big guy, played football. He was like, you know what? I got you. He's like, I'm gonna stand here with you. I'll take care of you. I'll make sure you're okay. And I remember having my sweater off. I was in a tank top and jeans outside in the winter. And I was like, dude, man, like, do you think I even care right now? Like, I'm covered in puke myself. I feel so bad. Anyways, moral of the story, guys. Don't drink alcohol when you're on antibiotics. Don't over drink alcohol. Make sure you're responsible and you know your limits, because it's just never a fun time for anybody. Sometimes it makes for a funny story, but I'd be willing to bet that all the people that I threw up on didn't have a funny story that night. So yeah, cool, I got this funny story, but I probably ruined the night of a bunch of other people. Either way, I'm kind of embarrassed telling the story. Please don't think less of me. It was a long time ago and I was young. So if you're gonna be drinking, please drink responsibly. Be smart and make sure you're overage. Don't drink when you're underage, very illegal. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that little fun story. And that's gonna bring it into today's video as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you wanna see more videos. Yesterday I messed up and I pointed here for the eye, but it's actually on this side. It was really confusing looking at the camera. I couldn't figure out which side it was. But it's right here. Click on it if you wanna see some of our most recent videos, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.